Alright friends, so today we are going to talk about the first and second days of our foil tooling project. So with this project we are going to be using a piece of metal foil. You have to be really careful with this because sometimes these edges can be a little bit sharp, especially the pokey sides. So be real careful with that, but we're going to set that off to the side because we're going to start on our design first. Now, with this lesson, we are learning about symmetry, and we're going to be using a line of symmetry, which means that there's a line somewhere in your design, and whatever's on this side matches whatever is on that side. So when we were learning about radial design, we were in radial symmetry, we were talking about symmetry in a circle, where any way you fold it, it would meet up, it would match. For this, we are just going to have one line of symmetry. So I'm going to start by taking my paper to put my design on, and I'm going to fold it in half. And that is going to be my line of symmetry. So I know that whatever I draw on, let's see if I can get this to show up. Whatever I draw on this side needs to match whatever I draw on that side. So when you draw something, you can really choose whatever design you want. You do need to keep it kind of simple. You don't want to have a lot of small details that are close together, because just like when we did our radial design project, those small details are going to kind of blend together whenever you start working in your foil. So I'm going to start by, I'm going to make an ornament for my design. So I'm going to start at the top here. I'm going to leave some space on all four sides because this is going to slide into a frame and we don't want our designs to get covered up by the frame. So I'm going to leave a little bit of a space up here. And then I'm going to make the top of my ornament. So I'm right on that line of symmetry. I can see that my line on this side is equal to my line on that side. Then I'm going to make my line come down. So this is going to be the hanger for my ornament. And I think I'm going to keep my ornament pretty simple. I'm going to make a half a circle. And half a circle on this side. I'm also going to keep my design the same. So I'm going to put some curved lines here, leave some space, two more curved lines down here, and then maybe I'll put some, I'm going to put one oval or circle right here in the middle, and then here, and here, and here, and here. So you really want to try and keep that so that if you were to fold it, it's going to be really close together. So my circles almost match up perfectly. Okay. Once you have your design done, and this might take all of our first day, so we'll see how far we get, but once we have the design done, if we still have time, we are going to, we'll first put our name on this, just somewhere. It can be on the back, it doesn't matter. And then we are going to tape our design to our foil. Grab my tape here. So I'm going to take just a small piece of tape, and you want to put your tape somewhere that is not going to be in the way of your design. So I'll just tape it right up there at the top. We are going to need a piece of foam or a magazine or a stack of papers, something that is going to give us some cushion at the bottom so that when we trace this, the foil has somewhere to kind of bend down to. If you trace it straight on the table, this is so hard that your line is not going to show up. So you have to have something that gives it a little bit of a cushion. So I just have a piece of foam here, and I'm going to go ahead and start tracing my lines. Your pencil should be kind of dull. You don't want it to be super sharp because it will tear straight through your foam and straight through your paper. So I'm just going to trace right over the top with my pencil, and this is making my design push down into the metal. Now, if you make a mistake at this point, there is nothing that we can do to fix it. So you have to really stay focused and make sure that you are doing it exactly the way that you want, because once that design is in the foam, in the metal, we can't take it back out. Okay, I'm going to add just a little bit of a design up here. Just thought it looked a little bit boring, and I forgot I'm going to need to make my hoop there for where the hook would hang. Now, moment of truth. When we flip this up, ta-da! We have our design pressed down inside here. So once you have that, you can go ahead and take off your paper. This paper is either you can take it home with you, or it's trash. We do not need it anymore, so I'm going to set it to the side. Now, I'm going to continue to use my pencil, and you can use a popsicle stick to continue your relief designs. So we're going to go right back over the top of it a second time, just like when we did our radial design project. We have to press it down a second time, and this time you're going to notice that it goes really deep. Okay, so you really have a nice relief pressed in there. I'm going to go ahead and do this, and we're going to go over everything a second time. I think I'm going to go ahead and pause my video, and then I will start again once I'm done with that step. Okay, so I have just finished going over all of my designs again with my pencil. Now we're going to talk about how you can make things raise up or sink down into your foil. So I'm going to start with these circles. Okay, oops, let me turn it back on. So these circles in my design, I'm going to make one of, let's do the center one maybe. We'll make that press down. So in order to press that down, we're going to keep our foil the same direction, and I'm going to use a popsicle stick, and I'm just going to press inside that bubble, press down, and that is going to make that part, that circle of my ornament, sink into my foil. Okay, so you can kind of see that it's pressed down in there. And if I turn it over, we have, you can see maybe, see how it's raised out right here? Whoop. Now, if you want something in your design to pop out at you, you have to turn your ornament over and do the same thing. So this time I'm pressing down on the back, and what that is going to do is it's going to make my circle on my ornament come out of my foil. So if I flip that back over, maybe you can see I have this bump right there that bumps out. So you can do pieces of your designs either way you want, in or out. You need to be very careful, however, that you don't go all the way through your foil, because if you get a hole in it, then there's nothing we can really do. Once you have some of your areas popping out, you can go back with your pencil and just press down those seams one more time to really crisp up your lines of your design. Okay, so now I have this one that sinks in and this one that comes out. Okay, you can keep going and adding all kinds of details, but those are going to be the two ways that you can do it. So if I hold it sideways, maybe you can see that over here I have a bump out, and then over here I have 2 bumps, 1 and 2. After we get all of this done, we're going to use a Sharpie to write our name on the back. So again, I'm just going to flip it over, write my name. We use a Sharpie because we don't want to press in it with a pencil. And then we're going to use colored Sharpies to color in our design. And you're just going to color it however you want it. So maybe I want my circles that are popping out to be fuchsia. So very carefully color those in. Okay, so you'll color your design however you want. And the very last thing is I have these super cool frames that were donated to Glendale a long time ago, but I still have lots of them left, and we save them for this project every year. So you will slide your finished design into your frame, just like that. And then if you want, I will have some metallic Sharpies that we can write on the back, or if you want to write maybe on the front 2020 or your name, we will add those little details if we have time.